Greetings. This video is going to be again a quick introduction on how to use these breadboards. You can see that I have one right here. This should look just like the breadboards that you purchased at Radio Shack. I'm having some funky issues here with the video cam. Sometimes it goes out of focus. Now it's in focus. Very good. I want to explain to you just how this thing works. This is a great time saver. It saves you from having to solder or from having to twist wires together. And it would probably be easier for me to just demonstrate what's going on over here. You can see I've made a drawing of, or at least a partial drawing of what the breadboard looks like. Again, you'll notice that on the breadboard, there's a line of holes here on the outside, and notice that there's red over there. Way up on top here, if you look at your breadboard, you'll see there's a plus sign there. That'll make sense in a minute. Over here, there's a whole bunch of blue lines. Then we go over onto the other side of the breadboard, and again, you can see that there is a red line and a blue line. So those correspond to these lines right here. There's the red line. I haven't drawn the whole thing, but it goes all the way down the board. Then here's a blue line going all the way over here. Red line here, blue line there. And the thing to say about these things is that these are all connected. In other words, you can't see it. The connections are inside of the breadboard, but this is connected to this over here. This hole is connected to this one over here. So all of these red ones here are all connected. They're not connected to these blue ones, but these blue ones are all connected to each other as well. We can say the same thing about these red ones over here, and we can say the same thing about these blue ones over here. Now, these are what are typically used for your power source. And what we like to do, I am missing my arrow here. Normally what we like to do is first of all, we like to get a wire and tie this all the way over to this one right over there. So I'm going to do that right here. I seem to have misplaced my wires. This is not a great fit, but you can see that what I've done over here is I have gone from the red to the red. And the other thing I'm going to do now is I will go from the blue to the blue. Like that. And by doing that, what I've done now is that all of these blues are connected. In other words, this blue dot right over here is connected to that blue dot right there. This red dot over here is connected to that red dot over there. Now, the reason why I do this is what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come along and I'm going to take a battery and I'm going to put the plus side of the battery to a red part, and I'll put the negative side to the blue part. You can see over here, this is something similar to what I had you purchase at Radio Shack. Yours has 4 batteries in it. Mine only has 2. The difference is yours will be somewhere between 5 and 6 volts. This is 3 volts. To do the stuff we want to do in class, you actually need to do the 6 volts. But for demonstration purposes, this is going to work. Now notice I've got a black wire and I've got a red wire. The ends of these wires are stripped. I don't know if that's visible to you or not. But what I'm going to do over here now is I'm going to put the red wire into a plus rail, and I am going to put the black wire into a blue rail. And I think you can all see that. And the effect of that is now is that the difference between red and blue now is 3 volts. And it might be instructive just to see that. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to stick a wire into the blue, and I'm going to come over here and stick a wire into the red. And I've got my handy dandy volt ohm meter here, And here's where I wish I had another set of hands. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so you can see that the meter is currently reading 0. And I come over here and can you all see that? Haha, of course you can't. Let me do it this way. And I think way in the background there, although my video camera seems to be reducing, or it seems to be inverting everything, you can see it says 3.04, which means I'm getting 3 volts in there. Okay, so there we go. Just to show you how this all works now, let us create a very simple circuit. Over here, I've got an LED, and again, I have indicated to you on an LED does have polarity. I think you can see over there that the leg on one of them is longer than the leg on the other. If you can't see that, you'll have to take my word for it. But the long leg has to go to the positive side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I am going to stick the long leg into the red rail. Let me see if you can get a good view of that. Maybe my light is just, oh yeah, sure you can. You can see right over here the long leg has gone into the red rail, and then what I've done is I have connected to the middle. Now I haven't talked about what happens in the middle here. These are all connected to each other. Okay, these 5. They're not connected to anything over here. They're not connected to anything up here. But these are all connected to each other. So what I've done so far is I have gone from a red rail into one of these holes right over here. And that's with my LED. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to plug a resistor in one of these holes. And the other end of the resistor I'll put into negative. So here's my resistor. Again, it's not very focused. And I have to wonder if I'm even going to use this video. And I'm going to come over here and put it into the negative side. And you can see that the LED has lit up. Let me see if I can get a good view of this for you all. Everyone getting that? This is high production video, folks. You can see that the LED is lit up. There, it's in focus now. You can see that the one leg of the LED is in positive. Then I go into one of the lines in the middle. I have a resistor going in the same line, and the other end of the resistor is going over to the negative side. Let me see if this makes it better. Marginally. Everyone got it? Okay, very good. One more thing to tell you. We, of course, are going to be programming PIC chips in here. And here is a PIC chip. And you may recall that you have to look for a notch on one side. We can't actually see the notch with this video. But that is where this space in the middle is important. Remember, there are 9 pins on either side of the PIC. We're going to put 9 pins down this side and 9 pins down this side. So I come over here and I'm going to plug these in. And I push down very gently. And again, you can see we've put the actual computer chip right in the middle. If you consult your technical reference manual, you may remember that pin number 5 on the left side is the ground pin. So I would come over here and count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I would put this into ground. And I know you can't see this at the moment, but I will show it to you in 1 second. And on the other side, I would go into +5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. +5. Just like that. On this side, I'm going into the positive side. On this side, I'm going into the negative side. The pin is up. Believe it or not, this is very exciting. This computer is actually running at the moment. I have no idea what it's doing. With the battery hooked in there like that, a pick will run on 3 volts. And that's as much as you have to know about wiring. I'm having fun with these videos. I hope you're having fun watching them. Thank you.